Hi, everybody. Welcome to this is the inaugural broadcast of Geek the F Out. I'm Johnny,
I'm Kayla.
and we are here to geek the F out. That's the point, right? That's what
Yeah.
we're gonna do. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so, why are we here?
I don't know. Why are we here? Why are we all here? What is our purpose? What is
That's too
life all
broad.
about? No? Okay.
Let's drill it
Um,
down.
well, we're here because we're nerds slash geeks.
Yes,
And specifically, we're here to talk about Star Trek.
yes. Our first show on the channel is going to be called Trek slash Retrek, as you may have
Mm-hmm.
figured out from the logo in the corner. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
we came about this in an interesting way, and we thought it would be very intriguing to have the two of us with our different perspectives on Star Trek talking about Star Trek uh,
Yep.
from the very beginning. There's a lot of it. Uh,
just a little bit. And that's really how it started was I'm a fan of many other geeky things, clearly. Um if you're watching this, you can see behind me. I have lots of geeky stuff. But I've never really gotten into Star Trek beyond um LOL, Star Trek Beyond. Uh,
uh,
beyond beyond the like new movies with Chris Pine. And did JJ do all of the movies?
I
Or did
think
he
so.
just do the first one?
I think he
Okay.
did all of them.
That's pretty much all I've watched. And, I've wanted to get into it more, but it just seems so daunting because I'm like, this fandom dates back, what, like almost 60 years now? Because it was 66 when the
Yeah,
first series came out, right?
66 or 67.
Yeah.
It's been a long ass time.
Yeah. So yeah, I knew you were a big fan, so I was like, where do I begin with all of
Yeah,
this? And that's when you had the idea of like, oh, it might be fun to go episode by episode and show a perspective of someone who has seen everything and has a lot of Star Trek knowledge, and then me, who's brand new into this world, and having those two different perspectives on it.
and I thought it was funny because I think the day that I had that idea, you were on Toy Connections talking about
Mm.
Marvel
Mm-hmm.
and going into the MCU without having a comics background, and how
Yes.
your perception of it is different from uh, people who are really into comics.
Yeah.
And earlier
Yeah.
that day before that stream, I had been like, it would be interesting if someone who has never watched almost, not never because you've seen the movies, but has
Yeah.
watched almost no Star Trek, and someone who has seen everything got together and talked about it. So my
Every little
background
thing.
was Star Trek because we covered yours. It's the JJ movies, or
Yep.
as the fandom calls them, the Kelvin verse. Um,
Hmm. Why do
I
they
have
call it that real quick?
because it starts with the USS Kelvin in the very first movie, where Kirk's dad is. The first ship that gets attacked in that film is the USS
Okay.
Kelvin, and that's where
Mhm.
things split and are different from normal Star Trek, and so they
Okay.
call it the Kelvin verse versus the Prime universe, which is what everything else basically is in.
Prime. Okay. Good to know. Learning already.
So I started with Star Trek: The Next Generation in the mid '90s, and I've watched everything since, from
Yeah.
TNG to DS9 to Voyager to all the current stuff, the modern shows. I've gone
Mhm.
back and watched the original series. I have not watched all of the animated series, um,
Okay.
but I don't
When did
think we're
that
going to
one?
be. It was between. It was after the original series. So the original series got canceled, and then they did
Mm.
a bunch of episodes of an animated show with all the actors doing their voiceovers for their characters. So like
Oh,
William
that's
Shatner
cool.
was voicing Kirk, Nimoy was voicing Spock. Everybody was involved with the animated series. But for a
Hmm.
long, long, long time, it was not considered canon to the franchise.
Hmm.
so many fans and fandoms get up in arms about
Candom.
canon, fandom, canon. I personally don't, but
Uh-huh.
to each their own. You enjoy what you enjoy. But
Yeah.
it was when, with the recent mergers and everything, when CBS really took over, CBS and Paramount have made it canon since. So it is considered canon.
Oh,
But
interesting.
I don't think we're going to cover that. I think we're just going to
Okay.
stick to live action stuff.
Yeah, I think we have enough live
We
action
got
stuff.
so much.
Just a few things, just like a couple things.
Yeah, there's a lot of Star Trek content. Um,
Yeah. And like I do know, basic references like live long and prosper and whatnot. Um I know that stuff. And then, a lot of the more famous actors like Shatner and Nimoy. And oh my god, I'm already blanking on his name. Sulu's character.
George Takei.
Sulu. Oh yeah. Is that how you pronounce it? I didn't know that.
As far as
Takei.
I've heard it, it's George
Takei.
Takei.
Okay.
It,
For some reason I thought it was Takai or something like
now
that.
I'm doubting myself. I'm pretty
We'll
sure.
figure that out later.
I'm fairly sure it's Takei. I could be
You
wrong.
can edit this part out.
No, it's fine. Um, so the show is going to be called Trek Retrek because it is your
Mhm,
first trek through
mhm.
Star Trek, and it is
Yep.
my, I don't know what the count is of my retrek through Star Trek. Um, and we have a plan for how we're going to break it down. We'll
Mhm,
start with the summary of the episode. We'll go into each of our general thoughts about what we saw, highlight some favorite lines and moments. I have a page full of notes on the first episode that we watched. We'll cover some episode trivia pulled from Memory Alpha, the big Star Trek wiki. We're
mhm.
going to do spoilers without context because those are
Yes.
super fun. We're
And we love
making them
memes.
with love memes. Kayla is the meme queen. Uh, we are
Thanks.
making the spoilers without context memes ourselves, so it is
Yep,
custom to our channel. We're going
yep.
to
TM.
rank. We're going to rank the episodes. We're not going to rate them. I personally don't like rating systems, and I pitched this idea to Kayla
Yeah.
and she agreed with me. We're going to give each episode a rank of from ensign to captain. So if it's an
Mhm,
ensign ranked episode, it's skippable. If it
mhm,
is a lieutenant, you should watch it if you can, but it's not essential.
mhm,
Uh, commander ranked episodes are highly recommended,
mhm.
and captain ranked episodes are essential. You have to watch this episode.
Okay. Ensign, lieutenant, commander, captain.
Yes.
Cool. I know it's written somewhere, but the more I say it, the more I will remember it because I'm still learning all these terms.
And then once we rank them, we'll talk about what we're going to cover in the next episode in the order. Um,
Yep.
Kayla and I are also going to have ranks. I have seen everything, so I am a captain.
Well,
Uh,
aren't you special?
I am. Kayla is new to Star Trek, so she's going to start off as an ensign. And every time we
Wow.
finish a series, Kayla is going to rank up. So once we finish watching the original series, you will rank up to lieutenant. We also will be doing the movies between the series, uh,
Mhm.
assuming we get that far, because that's like 80 weeks of covering the original series before we get to a
Oof.
movie. It's a
Lots
lot
of
of stuff.
weeks.
We
Lots of
are going,
content to cover.
yes, we are going to uh, premiere the episodes on YouTube with chat during the premiere, but they're not going to be live streams.
Mhm.
This is my first foray into anything like this, so it's probably going to be easier for me to do it that way. We might switch the format in the future. We'll see what happens
Yep.
if anybody comments and pushes for live streams. We'll consider it. It's not out of the
Yeah.
question.
Just ease into it.
Yeah, take it easy,
Nice
man.
and easy. Nice and easy.
And then we may cover other things on the channel in the future. We don't have
Mhm.
any plans right now, but uh, we're not ruling it
Yeah.
out.
We
So
wanted to leave it open because, we have a lot of geeky interests between the 2 of us that we share, and, it's there's some outlets that you can talk about it. There are outlets you can talk about it with people, but it's also nice to have your own to talk about with someone, so, just wanted to save that space and wanted it to be an open and accepting and, why am I blanking on the word right now?
welcoming.
Welcoming? Yep. We wanted it to be an open and accepting and welcoming space, a geeky space for everyone.
Yes,
You can just cut out that first
I'll do my best.
part. Words are
um,
not my specialty. It's
I'm just gonna leave it
fine.
in. Everybody's gonna see it. We're just
Oh, no. Uh, the brain to out of my mouth process is such a struggle, so I am sorry if I say the wrong thing. I truly do my best, but, sometimes I say words that I associate with what I wanna say, but it's not quite the right word, and then, it comes across the wrong way, and then I have to kind of backtrack and be like, "Sorry, wrong word. That's not what I meant. I actually meant this. That's just where my brain went. Can't do anything about it."
I'm, and if anybody doesn't understand that, I question whether or not they are human, because I think we all do
Yeah.
that, and people make mistakes. People are people.
Yep. Exactly.
So I think,
Awesome.
did we cover everything we need to cover to get people up to
Think
speed on
so.
exactly what we're doing?
Yeah. I think we did, covered what we're gonna do in each episode for track retrack and, what to expect going forward. They're gonna be premieres, maybe eventually do live, and yeah, it might be other geeky stuff. Once again, want it to be a open, fun, accepting environment. That is definitely one of our big goals for this.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think
We're
we
we're
got it
gonna
all.
try to we're gonna try to steer more towards positivity than
Mhm.
anything else. So I
Yes,
think it's gonna be fun.
definitely.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting with the two opposite ends of the spectrum of uh, perception on the franchise, from a
Yeah,
first time view to a
definitely.
many time view. So,
Mhm. I'm
all right,
excited.
me too.
Awesome.
Okay,
Time
I
to
think that'll
geek
do
the
it.
F out.
Time to geek the F out. Yes, that's what we're
Yeah.
going to be doing here shortly. Uh, so, thanks for watching. Watch the first episode. We're going to cover the first episode that aired of Star Trek,
Mhm.
The Man Trap.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All
And make
right.
sure to like and subscribe.
Yes. Smack that like button, right?
Smack that like button, y'all, as I like to say.
All right. Until next time, live long and prosper.
Bye, y'all.